camp, but he's fine. He'll wear the boot during the week and he'll practice.
Has it made it difficult to get rhythm, to get a sort of a set lineup when you've had guys in and out?
Well, you always want to develop continuity, having the same 11 guys that are starters playing, and it's just something we have to deal with because there's going to be days JD's not going to be able to go because his foot the same way with the bone spurs.
So you think Chaz and JD will sort of be day-to-day for practice the rest of the year?
Totally.
Okay. Does that make it difficult for them to get better?
Well, again, JD goes through individual, and so we'll do a good job of making him do a lot of fundamental stuff, which is good for him, and then we'll try to get him in the right team stuff.
Cooper, any chance he's back for Central Florida?
Yeah, Cedric.
Yeah,
Cedric will be ready.
Will you get him back in the starting lineup, or is that to be
determined?
determined?
I think that's to be determined, and then I think we might end up moving to Mike linebacker.
Just feel like that's a better fit for him, or you need help there?
We probably need help there. Jonathan is hurt right now, and then we need to get more physical at this spot.
What about Kadietrich? He came out holding the shoulder, but then went right back in against.
Well, I think he thought in his mind he had hurt his shoulder, but he actually knocked the air out of him, so he's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you moving Cedric? Because Mark Roberts and Sky Moore have done pretty well there at the Wolf spot. You can get confident if you can move.
Well, we just figured we need to get more productive, be more productive at the Mike linebacker spot, and so we're going to try different guys.
So have Kawan and
they've been
over there?
They've been good, but again, we'd like to see our Mike linebacker make a lot of plays, and we hadn't got the productivity that we feel like we should get. And again, they're young guys, and they're going to get better. But that's Kawan is still starting, and TJ still is back up, but we're going to get a third guy in the mix.
I saw Brian on the field last game. How did he do?
Yeah, not bad. He's still trying to learn what we're doing, and we're going to just teach him as quick as we can. He's a physical young man.
We talked a lot last week about spreading the wealth a little bit on that defensive line, getting the other guys to step up and make plays. Kelsey and Chaz both with the sack. How big was that early to set the tone?
Well, good. That's what we should. Our leadership should be up front, and because that's where we got the most experience. Players that didn't play it, and so for them to come out and play what they did at the start of the game was impressive, and I think the other guys fed off that, but we just got to do it for 60 minutes.
Compared to the previous week, did you see any difference in how their playmaking was taking pressure off JD?
Well, no, I think it's as a defense, we took care of our assignment more than we did 2 weeks ago when we played Georgia, and so guys fit the gap right, and we didn't have very few middle areas, so. We felt good about that we played gap responsibility, and that's what we got to do the rest of the season.
Well, the defense overall looked pretty good against Vanderbilt. Had a little problem with the Wildcat late. Was it just guys not getting in their gaps, or?
And that was definitely a problem. We had enough people to stop it. We just about alignment. A couple things that they did that was new, and now we have an adjustment for that, like the full house backfield with the quarterback motion out. So that was something that they caught us off guard with. But for the most part, when they didn't make a play, we didn't get lined up correctly.
Kelsey's been in and out, been banged up with a lot of things. It seems like coming off the field a couple of times. Is he okay now? Is he?
Well, he got a little neck sprain, but I think he'll be fine. He ran that day in practice. He didn't practice today a lot, but I think he'll be fine.
Good time for an off week for y'all.
Yeah, true.
Thank you.
Was it good time for an off week just for the linebackers to kind of get out here and kind of see what they've done for the first few weeks and learn and go through things again without having to go through game prep?
Well, and I think anytime you play in a lot of young players, you need a lot more technical fundamental work than you get when you're playing in a normal season because you don't have the time because you got to prepare for your opponent. And so this will be a big week for them to rehash some of the things that they were taught early in camp.
Do they feel like they've done okay? Do they feel overwhelmed? I mean, what's kind of
no? I think they felt like they, been a lot of good and been a lot of bad, and so we're just trying to make more good than we do bad, and I think they understand that, and that's going to come with repetitions and with experience.
What's Jonathan Walton's injury?
He has a shoulder sprain. They felt like today that he still has some soreness in it, but hopefully he'll be back for next week.
Started looking at UCF film.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. What do you see?
See a lot of good players. Great tailback. I got a strong arm quarterback. Offensive line is very athletic. And they run a lot of zone play, zone read. Quarterback got a strong arm. Great receivers. They're a real good offense.
A lot of people ask why you guys go out play a non-conference game down in Orlando. Is it good for recruiting? Is it good to go down the state of Florida and play at least one game a year down there, or what exactly is it?
Well, anytime you play in the state of Florida, you recruit the state of Florida, it helps you. But I'd rather play at the University of Florida in Florida. So, but I don't make a schedule. That's what schedule was made, and so we got to play the cards we dealt. And UCF is a really good football program. I think it was 10-4 last year, and they're 3-0 right now. And anytime you can go into Happy Valley and win in front of 95,000, you got a good football team.